In the next 15 minutes, you will discover how I went from being unsure and sometimes even scared around my horse to riding with complete confidence and ease, even without reins. This video will show you what's most likely preventing you from improving and how to very quickly start riding on the next level. Maybe you look at some riders that ride really well and you're just thinking, well, it just looks so easy when they do it. And you just think, I wish I could be able to do it like that as well, but it just feels so difficult, and even though you are trying for some time already, you are still not riding as well as you would like to. But it's not your fault. I was frustrated as well, and in this video you will learn what was preventing me from riding on a higher level. Actually, as you learn to ride like this and train your horse, you discover that it's actually really not that difficult. You see, I don't need much effort and my horse just does what I ask. I decide where I want to stop. In this case, it's the mark in the red circle, and I just stop there, without reins and without saddle. Then I back up and I stop there again, reliably and with complete confidence. You can see that it works really well, and you are probably wondering how I did that, and you know what, it's quite simple. I just used a voice command. Your horse can react very reliably, not just on the pressure as you pull your reins or squeezing with your legs. Your horse can react reliably just on your voice as well, as you can see now again in slow motion. Being able to do this gives you the security that no matter what are the circumstances, you are going to be able to stop your horse. If you can stop on voice, you have more leverage, and if your horse doesn't listen to you on voice, he will probably stop as you pull your reins. If you can, under normal circumstances, stop your horse only by pulling reins, then if something unexpected happens or your horse just gets too excited in canter when you are hacking out, you might not be able to stop him. Being able to stop on voice is not just really cool, but it gives you another layer of security. Now I want to turn around my horse's front legs and do a turn on the forehand. As you can see, my stallion is stepping away from the pressure of my shin with his rear legs, and I use my hand to make sure that he's turning around his front legs. The whole secret to this is that my horse reacts very well on the little pressure that I create. What also helps is that I know what I want to be doing, and I believe that my horse will do it. Now let's turn around my horse's rear legs and do a turn on the haunches. As you can see again on the picture, my stallion is stepping away from the pressure that I create with my shin. He moves away with his front legs. I use my hand on his neck to make sure he turns around nicely. Teaching your horse to move away from the pressure is very important. The better your horse reacts, the easier and more natural it will become to control him. You just saw that it can be very easy and very natural to perform even more difficult exercises. And if you like what you see, watch this video until the very end. Because now all of this seems easy. My horses just listen effortlessly and reliably, but it wasn't always like this. When I started horse riding, I was having a lot of trouble even though I had a coach. I thought I had everything I need, but I still wasn't as good as I was hoping to be. My horses sometimes just developed bad habits that I didn't know how to get rid of, and when my coach wasn't there, I felt a bit lost. And even after 10 years of horse riding, my horses were still misbehaving. I still felt unsure a bit too often, and I still didn't understand how the whole training process really ties together, which I later on discovered was causing a lot of issues. I just felt that I should have been better than that already after so much time and after having a coach for so long. And basically, what you give to your horse is what you get back. Any horse riding coach would agree that an unsure rider trying to do something complicated that he doesn't fully understand is the recipe for a disaster. If you are going to do things in a complicated way, your horse is going to be confused and complicated to work with. You saw it in the beginning. It's not about being complicated with things. You can achieve amazing control while keeping everything extremely simple. As I started horse riding when I was a kid, in the beginning I learned a thing here and there. I had a coach that was teaching me things, but even after many years, I didn't really understand the whole training process overall. I knew some bits, but there were bits that I was missing. Why do all good riders seem to achieve everything so easily? It's not because of something difficult and complicated, it's because they understand all the simple bits. They have no holes in their knowledge. And it seems quite clear now, if you just keep things simple and you know all the steps, you can achieve seemingly complicated things easily. If you choose to be complicated, of course, your horse will be complicated to work with as well. But in my case, even after those 10 years of horse riding, I was still trying to follow complicated methods that I really didn't truly understand. And later on, I discovered that if I just keep my aids as simple as possible, if I remain consistent and just follow a clear plan, building on what I already can do, I will soon find myself doing things that just seemed unimaginable before. It's like getting up a staircase. You can try to jump all the way to the top, but it's much easier to just take it one step at a time. And it's the same with horse riding. Maybe you look at some people that can do amazing things with their horses and you just think, oh, that's cool. I really wish I was able to do it, but it just seems too difficult and too far away. But if you have a system to follow that gives you all the steps, it suddenly becomes much easier to get there. Good riders, they always have a system. When they are teaching their horse something new, they never want something too difficult. Experienced riders always put their horse in a position in which doing what they're asking is also the most pleasant and natural thing for their horse to do. This way they progress super fast, and their horses, they simply want to listen to them because they know it's in their best interest. Inexperienced riders without a system, they often try to learn something that's just too difficult for their horse at the moment. Something that their horse can't even understand. Of course, they don't manage to learn anything, and usually they end up spoiling their horse in the process. Fast forward almost 40 years, which is what it really took me to actually learn everything and understand which things really make the difference. Horse riding at high level all of a sudden started feeling easy, and the fact that my horse is always doing exactly what I want under basically any circumstances became standard. Before, I wasn't even able to imagine that my horses would be listening to me so well. But when it happened, I didn't really understand why it took me so long to learn it. It was like when you learn to ride on a bicycle. The moment you learn it, you just can't understand anymore how is it possible that you kept falling before. And it's all about the small differences that you can normally never notice. That's why most of the riders simply look for the way out of their trouble in a completely different place than it really is. It's the system the experienced riders follow. They know what exercises their horse already needs to know before they move on. They know how well their horse needs to perform them. They know what to be happy with when they try the exercise for the first time. And they know how to ask their horse so he understands what they want, even though they never asked for that exercise before. Having a simple to understand training system to follow is the key. I know it because I wasn't able to improve significantly without it myself. But the difference between you and me is that you don't have to spend 40 years creating one. As I learned everything and realized what really is important, I started thinking about creating a training that would really bring quick results and lay out the whole training system. And that's what I have for you today. A training program that covers the whole system of training your horse with all its over 40 exercises. It's the same system that I follow to train all the horses that you see through my videos. Starting with just playing with your horse on the ground, all the way to riding as you can see it through this video. I wanted the training to be the best it can possibly be. Easy to understand for every rider with no regard to his or her experience, and I wanted the riders to get their results fast. And what I found are 3 main elements to the training that I believe all need to be present for you to be able to progress quickly. The first element is that you need to understand your horse. You need to know the principles of how horses think. You need to understand how they perceive things and how they behave. You need to know how to correct them and how to behave around them. That's why my training includes 4 comprehensive videos and 4 ebooks that give you just that. They uncover the crucial things you need to know about the way horses think and behave. Once you learn this, you will get your horse's affection, you will stop having trouble with your horse misbehaving, and you will be able to teach him new things much easier and much quicker. Then the second element is that you need to understand the system. It's not enough to just understand the horse, you need to understand how to do all the exercises and how they all fit together. That's why my training includes a unique, invisible horse control training process blueprint. You see all the exercises clearly laid out. It's just one glance and you can see whether you skipped something and you can see what should be your next step. But that's not all. You can also click on each exercise and learn everything you need to know about it. You learn what is it good for. You learn when should you start practicing it and what your horse needs to know prior to that. You'll learn how to ask your horse to do it. You see what to expect when your horse tries it for the first time. You learn how to improve it and how it should look once your horse gets more experienced with it. You learn how often should you practice it and for how long. Each video in a training map is short, but it includes all this information about the exercise. So you can always go, take a look at the exercises you should be working on the next time you go riding, and quickly see how to do them. Like this, you can progress quickly like a professional. But there is the third element that I believe needs to be present for a training to be really as effective as it can be. Every horse is different, and that's why it's good to have a personal support in case you have a question or a problem. That's why my training includes what I call an online horse riding coach. You can always ask me personally questions in case you run into some trouble. And as I said, every horse is different and it's always good to have someone that will help you. You can ask questions and send videos and get advice from. I believe that if these 3 elements are present, the training can be so powerful that it will help riders to achieve what took me over 40 years, less than a year. Of course, if they follow it properly and also depending on where they are at the moment. Just like you saw it in the free training series, there is always a process that gives you few easy steps and really makes learning difficult things much easier. And that applies for both learning individual exercises and also it applies for the training process as a whole. And basically every time I had a problem with my horse, it was because I skipped something in the training. And my training program has all the 3 elements that I was talking about, so no matter what's your experience, you can always feel confident about what you're doing and never feel nervous when someone more experienced starts watching you. You will always know what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. My training is not really just something that will solve some issue that you might have at the moment. Doesn't matter whether it's kicking or rearing or running away. It will of course show you the steps to solve those issues as well, but it's mainly about giving you the complete process of getting to the highest level as quickly as possible. You'll get the exact same process that I used to train this mare. She never had a human on her back 2 years ago, and now I'm already able to ride on her without reins. This process really works for me and it helped me to win many horse riding competitions around Europe. And by what I know, it also works for thousands of my clients across the world in United States, in United Kingdom, in Australia, and even Czech Republic. And what I also like about the training is that it's not just about when you play with your horse from the ground or when you ride on him. You will just feel huge improvements everywhere. For example, when you saddle your horse, when you clean him, or when you are loading your horse into a trailer. And that's particularly something that can be complicated or even dangerous sometimes. But as your relationship with your horse improves, you will discover that all of a sudden loading your horse became effortless. But the main thing for me is the feeling I get every time my horse really enjoys being around me and just wants to listen to me. It's really a completely different kind of experience riding on a horse that sort of has to listen but doesn't really want to, and riding on a horse that wants to listen to you and always just does exactly what you want effortlessly, almost as if he was able to read your thoughts. And I know it might sound a bit difficult, but imagine how great it would be. And you are closer to it than you have ever been before. I'm not promising that everything will be just amazing after you get my training, but you will always know what to do and you will have extremely effective system at your disposal. I have 2 training programs prepared for you. One focused on working with your horse from the ground, and another one focused on working with your horse in the saddle. So if you have a young horse that you are not riding on just yet, or if you have any issues while taking care of your horse or while lunging, the Invisible Horse Control Ground Control is a great choice for you. When I was starting to ride on horses, there was no groundwork really. I knew the lunging way, but in a different way than I would like to. One of my horse riding coaches used it to spank me, not my horse, spank me, when he felt like I just wasn't trying hard enough. Those were some very different times back then, and of course I learned how to ride on a horse without groundwork. However, what took me very long was to understand the way horses think and why they react the way they react in certain situations. I knew that my horse should always listen to me, but I really knew nothing about respect and nothing about how to tell whether my horse actually respects me or not. And after I finally discovered even the basic groundwork, I was all of a sudden able to progress and learn new things much quicker. And I was able to deal with the bad habits much easier as well. Your horse won't listen to you because you'll be nice to him. Your horse will listen to you because you will have his respect. And groundwork is great for gaining respect and learning to understand your horse. But there is one more thing. It's really difficult to form a proper relationship with your horse without groundwork. You can like your horse without groundwork, of course. However, without it, it's much more difficult to understand your horse and gain his respect. In my training program about groundwork, you will learn that getting your horse's respect is not about being too harsh. I will show you the most effective way to gain respect while still being nice to your horse. You will learn how to show your horse what is it that you want and what is it that you don't want. You will discover how to work with shy horses and also how to approach horses that are a bit too dominant. I will show you the whole process that I use during groundwork with each and every step. Starting with just getting your horse to walk with you on a lead rope. For example, in the first video of the training, you will see a little trick that will get your horse walking when he doesn't want to move and just stand still. You will also learn how to react when your horse tries to run away. You will discover how to teach your horse to back up, turn around, and everything about working with your horse in a round pen. You will see what to do when your horse just stands against you and doesn't want to walk on a circle, or what to do when your horse wants to get out of the circle. You will discover everything you need to know about lunging, including a lunging technique that will keep your horse's back healthy and without backache, even if your horse naturally has a weak back. You will discover the types of side reins and their different setups. You will see how to use them and when to use them. You will learn how to teach your horse to stand still by himself even when you leave, or to follow you even when he's not on a lead rope. In the training, you will see mainly horses that are doing the things for their very first time. And this way you will be able to see the very same issues that you are likely to come across as well. However, of course, I will also show more experienced horses that can do the things well already. The Only things I will not be showing in the training are how to teach your horse to lay down or to prance. My training program is easy to follow even for beginners. The whole training focused on groundwork is packed into 3 videos, 1 ebook, and it also includes the online horse riding coach. You can get the ground control training for just a single payment of $47. No other charges, just $47, and the training is yours to keep forever. You can watch it as many times as you want, anywhere you want. To order the ground control training, just click on the "Click here to order ground control" button under the video. Fill out the secure order form, and in just 2 minutes from now you can be inside of the members area. You will immediately receive access to online horse riding coach, your first video, and an ebook. The other 2 videos will each come after 1 week. We discovered that releasing content over time helps people to not get stuck, being too overwhelmed. But if you already know everything about groundwork and you understand the whole process of training your horse from the ground, then I would recommend you to get my following training program, giving you the process of training your horse once you start riding on him. This training gives you my whole system that I use to train my horses once I start riding on them, with all the over 40 exercises that I use. This system is packed and described in 4 chapters. Each chapter having a comprehensive video and an ebook. It also includes the Invisible Horse Control training process blueprint that gives you the whole training process as a diagram with a video for each exercise explaining everything about it. This training also, of course, includes my personal support via online horse riding coach. It all works together and gives you a clear, actionable system that just brings results. Of course, only if you follow it. If you get my training and you never open it, you won't get any results. But again, to make it easier for you, I will, just like with the groundwork, release the content over time. That means that over 8 weeks, you will receive 4 ebooks and 4 videos in detail describing my training process. You will learn how to get your horse to respect you, how to deal with the bad habits, and I will also show you how to get your horse to learn new things much quicker than ever before. Then, of course, there is the Invisible Horse Control training process blueprint with all the over 40 exercises and videos comprehensively explaining each exercise. Over there you will visually see how the training process works, and with every exercise you will learn what is it good for, when should you start practicing it, and what your horse needs to know prior to that. You will see how to ask your horse to do it. You will learn what to expect when you try it for the first time. You will learn how to improve it and how it should look once your horse gets more experienced. You will see how often should you practice it and for how long. And as I already mentioned, each video in the training map is short, but it includes all necessary information about the exercise. So you can always go, take a look at the exercises you should be working on the next time you go riding, and quickly see how to do them. Like this, you can progress very quickly like a professional. I really like the training process blueprint because you can visually see the whole training process and how everything fits together. You can follow it, learn all the steps, all the support exercises, and then you just find yourself performing exercises that you never thought you could learn. And last but not least, of course, with the training you also receive the online horse riding coach support. The training gives you my complete system in a way that's very easy to understand and to follow. You will have access to the content anytime and from anywhere. You can watch the training as many times as you want, and it's going to be available to you for unlimited amount of time. All you need to do is to log into the members area. You can use your tablet, your phone, your laptop, your PC, or even just an internet browser in your TV if you want. From the members area you can watch all the videos and read all the ebooks, so next time you see your horse you can immediately try what you learned. The members area will always be there for you, but if you want to watch the training from a DVD, you can order a copy of the training on a DVD in the members area as well. You can order the saddle control training for just a single payment of $87. Training programs like this normally really cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $500 to $1,000, but I believe that just puts them out of reach for majority of the people, so I recommend that you enjoy the special price you can get during this promotion. It's just a single payment of $87 and you get complete access to the training, invisible horse control training process blueprint, and online horse riding coach. To order the saddle control training, just click on the click here to order saddle control button under the video. Fill out the secure order form, and in just 2 minutes from now you can be inside of the members area. You can use the training to get on a fast track to achieving some amazing results. It becomes only up to you how far you wanna get. If you just want to gain confidence in the saddle, have your horse always go exactly where you want him to, be confident about stopping reliably in any situation, and have your horse's affection, it's fine. But if you want to go further, understand the whole system of training your horse, learn all the exercises, and just make time with your horse much more interesting and be able to do all those complicated exercises on your horse, even when riding without reins, the training will give you the process and all its steps. So, considering that you are still watching, I guess that you are interested in a training. In this case, choose the training that fits your situation. Click on the order button that says click here to order ground control, or the button that says click here to order saddle control, depending on which training you want. You can join the ground control training for just one secure payment of $47. Or if you want to join the saddle control training, you can do so for just $87. Simply click on the button, fill out the secure order form, and in just 2 minutes from now you can be watching the training. Both of the training systems include things that you just won't be able to learn anywhere else. But because I know that having a complete system that you understand is super important, it's also beneficial to have a horse riding coach, and that's why both of the training programs, both saddle control and the ground control, also include what I call the online horse riding coach. The benefit of having a horse riding coach is that he can spot the mistakes that you just can't see yourself, and he tells you how to correct them. You can ask him questions and he helps you. And that's exactly what you will get included in both of my trainings. Every time you have a question or a problem, or if you just feel like you should be progressing faster and you don't know what's holding you back, you can ask me personally any sort of questions or send me a video of yourself riding, and I will tell you where is the problem and how to improve. Actually, the improvements I see with people who send me videos are amazing and super fast, but even the people who just ask questions are saying it helps them a lot as well. It's really a complete package that gives you everything you need. You get the complete training program that shows you the whole process of horse training with all its exercises. The training program shows a lot of things that horse riding coaches normally never teach. Together with the training program, you also get the training process blueprint and me as your personal online horse riding coach, so you don't have to worry about doing something wrong and not being able to spot it. And to make it even easier, I'm giving you a 30-day, no questions asked, 100% money back guarantee. So if for any reason at all you are not happy with the training, just send me an email on radek@invisiblehorsecontrol.com or send me a message in the members area and I will quickly refund you every penny. All the risk is on me, so you can have complete security and confidence. So now, click the order button that says order ground control or order saddle control, depending on which training program you want. Fill out the secure order form and in just 2 minutes from now you can be watching the training in the members area. If you encounter any issues, our customer support is at standby, ready to help you. You can get quick solution to your problem by just writing us an email at radek@invisiblehorsecontrol.com or by just writing to us on our Facebook page or by going to our website to invisiblehorsecontrol.com/support. So that's it. Thank you for watching this whole video and I will see you inside of the members area.